Welcome, everybody, to the Winning in the Shadows UFC 313 Method of Victory show. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Shout out to Playing for Real. He's ready to get after it. He's ready to get after it.
My man.
Jack, shout out to you. First time in this chat. Get your show, Wager Talk. Look forward to what you guys have to say. Absolutely. Yes. And join the live stream. So if you guys did not join me on the Thursday stream, we did a live stream for the Darts Premier League, and it could not have gone better, except I had two feeds going, Jim, both on the same camera, and someone sent me a message about an hour and a half later. It was like, you forgot to turn off one of the streams. That is how careers end. That is, you accidentally leave the camera on for an hour and a half. That is absolutely how careers are quickly put to rest.
Hopefully it was just Guinness walking around in the background.
I had to leave right after, but oh my God, that could have been awful. That could have been awful. So, all right. If you are new to this channel, first off, thanks for joining us. First thing you guys do, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We're almost to 1,000 subscribers. Really means a lot to us. Join our Discord, the Winning in the Shadows Discord. I'll put a link in the comment section here. Okay, here's how the method of victory works. Jim and I have our rankings. We have to pick a fight. We have to pick a winner, and we have to pick how they're going to win. It has to be sub or KO or decision. Can't be just inside the distance. We will put them in the rankings. Just definitely want to remind everybody, these are mostly for fun. These are not our official plays that we use betting our own bankroll. So do what you want with these plays, but these do not count towards our record. We don't put them in as official client plays. What we've been saying is take a look at the top three. Those are going to be our strongest. And then you're going to see kind of some sprinkles on some little bit of longer shots. So I was fortunate to go first last week, Jim. So I got two in the top three. You won the coin toss backstage, so you get the number one pick. I have a feeling you and I have 1 and 2 the same.
Oh, good.
I have a feeling, so I'm interested to see. If you're in the comment section, let us know who you like. Who's number 1? Who's number 2? Who's number 3? What's some of your method of victory power rankings? So, all right, Jim, floor is yours.
So I was debating my 1 and 2, so this will be real interesting where we end up here. Little Jim inside information happened today that Andy doesn't even know about. Spoke to my good friend Jim Miller. Jim fucking Miller. We're talking about Ruffy and Green, and in a very short sentence, Jim said to me, "That boy's good. Like, he's good." Talking about Ruffy.
Yeah.
And to get praise from Jim Miller, he's good, and he thinks Bobby's in trouble. We're going to go with Ruffy by KO TKO to start the night. Minus 135 on DK.
He was my number 1 as well.
Perfect.
So we aligned on that one. All right. So I'm just going to stick to my guns, and I'm going to take, I guess it's the low-hanging fruit. But when I get a guy who took the short notice fight against Fakhretdinov and performed so well on short notice in his UFC debut that a lot of people thought he won that fight, and now he gets to fight the washed up corpse of Alex Morono, who is coming off of losses to Nico Price and Daniel Rodriguez. I think this is a thank you fight. UFC, thank you for saving the Fakhretdinov fight. Here's Alex Morono. Alex, go ahead and get in there. I'm going Carlos Leal by KO. And that is going to be minus 135 as well. I just don't see it for Alex Morono. He's got cardio issues. Leal did not. I mean, Leal went the distance with Fakhretdinov, which I thought was just amazing. So Ruffy by KO and Leal by KO are going to lead us off here. All right. Now
we are totally lockstep. That was my number 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
There we go.
Absolutely. All right. Now is where it gets, there was a clear 2 and now it gets a little dicey. So, all right, round us out. What is our top 3?
I'm getting this out of the way.
Okay.
I'm going Alex Pereira.
Oh, I love it. Okay.
And I'm going Alex Pereira by KO TKO.
Wow. Violence for the top three. Absolute violence. I love this.
Yep. Look, I know everybody loves the Ankalaev
The
in this fight.
wrestling of Ankalaev.
The wrestling, the wrestling that we've seen in every fight, right?
Yeah.
Look, it's not. I don't think it's as big of an advantage. I just don't. And you're going to give me plus money on Alex Pereira's only win condition. Okay?
Yeah.
Alex brought up a great thing. He said, look, is he going to be able to take me down every round? And I started thinking about it, and that kind of plays right into my breakdown, what I've been saying all week. Is that, yeah, Ankalaev is probably going to get the takedown in the first. He's probably going to get one in the second. But once we get to round 3, what have we seen from Ankalaev that he can push a heavy wrestling pace for 5? And every round has to start on the feet, guys. And if you're going to stand and trade with Alex Pereira or be forced to, I'm going to go Alex Pereira by KO TKO. One last ride with the 37-year-old Poetan, baby. Chama, number 3.
All right. I like it. Let's see. You know what, Jim? The timing could not be
better, John.
Because John, I have Josh Van by KO. I'm pot committed on Josh Van.
This is wild. We're both on Van, but Andy's more on the KO. I'm more on the decision, but we both really like Van.
I think the Saruya is just going to be in for a very, very rude awakening. I talked about this. I think that Saruya is going to have to work really hard in the first round to get anything going. And I just watched Josh Van absolutely maul Cody Durden for rounds 2 and 3. I love his cardio. I love his power. And the Saruya road to UFC guy fought Carlos Hernandez. Carlos Hernandez really dominated him in the third round. Saruya's cardio fell off. We've seen these road to UFC guys really, really fizzle out as the most part. So I love Josh Van this week. I think he can get the finish when it's very clear Saruya's striking isn't even the same ballpark as Van. It's all wrestling. It's all takedowns. But if Van keeps us on the feet, I think he eventually gets to the chin. So, all right. Seems like we got agreement on this one. Mm-hmm. All right. Number 5. Who you got?
This is where it gets kind of sketchy for me. I don't know where to rank them. So like we said, guys, the top 3, that's the ones that we're super confident in. Now we get to 5, and I don't know who to put where. So just take my number ranking with a grain of salt here. But I'm going to go to a fight that I like here. And I'm going to fade Ozzy Diaz because I might not get a chance to fade Ozzy Diaz after this fight. So I will continue to ride the fade the Ozzy Diaz train. Jordan Santos. I guess it's Jordan, right? The D is silent.
Yeah.
I'm sticking to my guns from the beginning of the week. I'm going to go by KO TKO.
Look at all these
I just
knockouts.
do not think that Ozzy Diaz is a UFC level fighter. I can't get over it. Both guys look great at weigh-ins. We'll see how they look at face-offs pretty soon, right? We haven't had ceremonials yet, but look, when you find these guys to fade, you have to just fade them until they're gone. If we could get Jordan right back in the cage, I'd be so happy. If we could get who's our mechanic?
Oh, there's the mechanic, the realtor,
the realtor. We can get them back. The photographer, bring them back.
Yeah.
I wish we could get these guys back. So let's ride the Ozzy Diaz fade train at number 5.
We got a truck driver.
We do have a truck driver coming up.
This is part of our fade, the side hustle theory. These guys that have other jobs besides being a full-time fighter. So I had Jordan Santos by KO as well. Ozzy Diaz never been to the judges in 8 amateur fights, and all of his pro fights. He doesn't have the cardio for it. He's like, I'm going out there and I'm either going to wreck this guy or I'm getting wrecked.
This reminds me a lot of our Contender Series guy from last week. Where it could look hairy in the first, but then the class just comes out.
Yeah. Jordan Santos showed good cardio and durability in his first fight. So once Diaz gets tired, Santos will have he should have the energy and the cardio to get him out of there. So all right, now we're getting salty. And I think, Jim, it is time for to throw a bigger number out there. I was horrified by how Bahamondes looked on the scales today. Did you see him?
I saw him. Do you think he looked that bad?
I thought he looked absolutely terrible.
Okay, okay.
That was a struggle to make
I
weight.
was watching it on my phone. I didn't really get to dissect it. We'll really see from there.
Okay.
Okay.
Jalen Turner has made so many dumb mistakes in his fights, and it's literally cost him wins. He cannot do that again. I don't. We all know Jalen Turner is going to be really good in the first round. What do we see? He falls apart in rounds 2 or 3. He lost 3 out of 4?
Mm-hmm.
I think they got to make some adjustments with him, and I think this is the fight to do it. And Bahamondes looks so bad. I think Turner's going to take it easy, actually. I don't think he's going to come out guns a-blazing and gas himself. And I think he gets the win by decision at plus 550.
Like it.
I think he's going to win round 1 because he always wins round 1. But then what if he goes towards the wrestling? And it's like, you know what? Bahamondes, he's got, he can strike. Like, I'm not going to mess around here. I'm going to grind this guy out. Had a bad weight cut. He looked bad. I'm going to go Jalen Turner as our first kind of big number here, a plus 550.
Can I speak about a possible theory that we need to monitor?
Sure.
With Jalen Turner? The shaving off of the dreads.
It's always an interesting when a guy makes a big decision like that.
Terrence McKinney.
Yeah.
This is recent data here, guys. It just seems like, I don't know why, it makes me feel like you're more focused. Like, screw the commitment to the hair, because it's a commitment to grow dreads. If anybody out there has them, it's a commitment. Like, yeah. All right, this is coming off new gym for Jalen Turner as well.
What if it's a mature Jalen Turner?
Exactly.
Oh,
exactly.
No, that'd be terrifying. Mature Jalen Turner with cardio. Good Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Look out. All right, we're halfway through. Don't forget to hit the like button here, guys, and subscribe to the channel. Jim, you got number 7. Where are we going?
Ooh, tough one. I'm going to go to a guy I'm pretty high on. I'm going to go to Francis Marshall and Marion Santos.
Okay.
We're going to go Marion Santos. And we're going to go Marion Santos. Like you're saying, it's kind of time to shoot for a pretty good number. I do think he wins by decision. But are you going to tell me that he doesn't have the ability to knock out Francis Marshall?
Yeah, if Marshall does not get the wrestling going, he's a sitting duck.
His head movement is very bad, and he's very hittable. And against a counter striker like Santos, let's take a shot on the KO TKO at plus 215.
Ooh, okay. All right. I was going to have fun and take Francis Marshall by decision in this one because I think if it goes to the scorecards, maybe that means Marshall did get the wrestling going. So you're good on that one. All right. Looking at the list, we both like Justin Gaethje. I don't know what changes in this fight. You got Fiziev coming off of a very serious injury. I don't put a whole lot into that TKO that Gaethje had with Holloway. That took a stand in the middle and we're swinging free. Like Gaethje got beat up, but he did not get knocked out until him and Holloway agreed to stand and hit each other in the face as hard as they possibly could. I am not worried about that. I think that Fiziev is a little bit overrated. I think Gaethje is underrated. And I can get the Gaethje by decision at plus 350. Listen, I went back and watched that fight. Gaethje was one step ahead. And Fiziev's that injury was pretty bad. Coming off that foot injury, so I think he might have been a little bit behind in the training. I think Gaethje's on. I still think Gaethje has gas left in the tank. I'm not willing to bury him because of the loss to Holloway. So I'll take Gaethje by decision here.
I as well had Gaethje by decision.
Oh, nice.
Getting down to the nitty gritty.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go, guys. So now we're getting to the point where we got fights that we really don't want to bet on, but we got to kind of look for some good numbers that we can play. Oh, man, where to go? And the problem is with these, they're all ugly for me. They all have giant red flags. But I am going to go to a fight where I know the time outcome. I'm going to go with Gutierrez and Castaneda because I know this fight's going to decision.
Yep.
It's just a matter of picking a side. And we've seen Chris Gutierrez make mistakes. in the third round that cost him split decisions and gives up a ton of control time. The other thing is that Castaneda can fight from both stances. And against a guy whose primary attack is leg kicks, that changes a lot of things. So I think Castaneda can have a very Hyder Emil game plan and march forward through the leg kicks of Gutierrez, get him up against the cage. And I think we're going to decision. So I'm going to go Castaneda by decision at plus 165.
I had Castaneda by decision too. I'm surprised we aligned on that one.
We're either going to have a great night.
Yeah.
We're going to have a great night. We're going to have.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. You and I are going to be head to head on this one. I'm pretty sure you like Lucindo. I like Lemos. I think this is also a fight that goes the distance. I think both are I think this is just razor close. I'm going to take the higher price on the decision. I'm going to take Lemos by decision at this plus 240. Her last fight, she looked terrible against Jandiroba. Lucindo is not Jandiroba. Jandiroba is almost like in a level. She's in her own tier.
She's an enigma.
That's what I mean. Like, I'm not saying she's way above, she's just in her own like tier. And when I went and watched the Mackenzie Dern, I just still think Lemos still got that fire in her hands. And I really do think that Lemos is going to hit Lucindo harder than she's ever been hit before in a live fight. I think this first round is going to be an eye-opening experience for Lucindo, and I think Lemos takes it. What's going to happen if either one of them try to do takedowns or wrestling? I don't know. But I think this is so even. I don't have questions about either their durability or cardio, because it's a 3-round fight. So I'm going to take the veteran who's still got some gas in the tank. So Lemos by decision plus 240 on this one.
We are head to head on that one.
Yeah,
that we are. That's our head to head of the week. Okay, you're going to make me pick a Curtis Blades fight, aren't you? You've been leaving it out there.
Fernando just said obese guy decision against Blades. So
another little inside info. Spoke to a little birdie today.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I got some work done today, bud. I got some work done. Multiple businesses here. I was talking about how my worry is that, is Curtis Blades going to wrestle? And in thinking about it, and speaking to a couple of the coaches and everything, it's kind of like, well, he's fighting guys that negate it. Like, is he really going to wrestle against Almeida? Against Derek Lewis, like he stood for a little bit and got nuked.
Yeah, true.
Like, isn't Kuniev going to play into Curtis's hands with the wrestling? Like, I think that these guys are going to be like Velcro. As soon as they touch each other, they're going to stay. And it's going to be that clinch fest. So I'm going to go Curtis Blades by absolutely boring decision.
Oh, okay.
At plus 200, just because of the wrestling pedigree. I don't think we need to rely on Blades to shoot takedowns. I think Kuniev is going to play into it, and there's going to be some cage hugging, and it's going to open things up for Curtis Blades.
All right, that leaves me the Bruno Ferreira and Armen Petrosyan. To me, this comes down to very simple. You're either taking Bruno Ferreira by KO or you're taking Petrosyan by decision. And because I hate myself, I'm going to trust Petrosyan again. Because I love punishment. Because I just can't help myself.
I want to pick him too.
It's because I love being disappointed. It's because I love when a fighter lets me down. That's why I'm taking it. I don't know what it is with this guy. But let's make it very clear. There is a very clear reason why this is the last pick in this draft. You and I wanted nothing to do with this fight because we both knew what we were going to do. We were both going to pick Petrosyan by decision, weren't we?
I think we were. Yeah. Yeah, we were. I was not going to bet on Bruno Ferreira. I'm not going to bet on the guy that got submitted by a Boost. I can tell you that much. All right? I'm going to tell you that much. It's not happening. Dude, what are the chances that he gets submitted again by a guy with no submission game?
Maybe they worked on
just
it.
Out of curiosity, what's the number on Petrosyan by sub?
Petrosyan by sub. Oh, man, that's got to be
an exhausted, beat up Bruno Ferreira.
Yes, plus 2,200.
Man.
But
But those last 3 fights are tough, guys. I mean,
yeah. So
play safe.
yeah. So again, if you're trying to if you're following what happened? Sorry, guys. Okay.
All
Yeah.
right, still there.
So if you oh, we got to do it again.
Start over.
We all our picks are changed. I'll
Yeah.
take Lucindu by decision.
Mhm.
All right, so our most confident picks is definitely Ruffy by KO and Carlos Leal by KO, and then Alex Pereira by KO. Once we start getting down the list, Josh Van, you could go. I was debating KO or decision, but I just think he gets him out of there. Jordan Santos, that's the Ozzy Diaz train.
Mhm.
Jalen Turner by decision is where we start to get a little bit wonky. Myron Santos by KO, Gagey by decision. Castaneda by decision, Lemos by decision, Blades by decision, Petrosian by decision. No subs. No submissions.
There's going to be
week.
one.
It's going to be out of nowhere. There's
Mhm.
going to be some and it's going to be a ground and pound where somebody turns over, and you get the guy doing this, and and then all of a sudden there's a choke. So yeah, take that for what it is. So, all right. Thank you to everybody.
I'm gonna drop something. We didn't have a chance to talk today. I'm sorry. I'm dropping this on you in a minute, but
no, this is great.
Can we do something for the people here? You guys tuning in live, give them a little extra tidbit.
Yeah.
This is our method of victory power rankings. Can we go down the totals real quick?
Oh, sure.
Let's touch on the totals. I mean, they're props. You guys have been asking about totals, but if we look at these numbers, and the reason I'm bringing this up is because of the first fight of the night. What'd you say about Ozzy Diaz, right?
Under. The guy, he's never been to decision.
Never been a decision.
Never.
We got an under 2.5 at minus 260. Depending on your juice tolerance, that's a great bet.
I mean, you can just go under and over for these first two.
There's your over, right?
There's your over. Santos and Marshall.
Tough one for me.
That's a pretty tough one. You're in on Santos by KO, so we'll take the under at plus money. I get Morono and Leal under 2.5 minus 130.
I think that's actually in my account.
Yeah,
I really like that one.
Pereira and Petrosian, the plus money.
Yeah,
on the over. Van and Saruya, I'll take plus money on the under. Take plus money on the under. Blades, this is interesting. Mm-hmm. I did a thing where I talked about the over. I think the wrestling cancels it out. I'm just not going to try and stand and bang with Curtis.
Even if he does, I don't see either guy having the knockout here in the first. And if it doesn't happen in the first, I don't think it happens. The 1.5 as a parlay piece is interesting in that fight.
All right, Green and Ruffy, what do you think?
Well, I don't like the 1.5. I'll tell you that right now. However, I like Ruffy by KO. I don't think Bobby survives 3. You can go doesn't start round 3. But I think you'll still get a really damn good number if we're at plus money on the under 1.5. You should be able to get a pretty good number on the 2.5.
Lemos and Lucindo. You're more that there could be a sneaky finish in this one, aren't you?
No, I'm not. No. I think this is a decision all day long and twice on Sunday. I see it as a decision. That's just Lucindo. I think people have lost a lot of money with Lucindo. As good as she is, taking her by finish. It's just like who's our other young girl that is a future champ?
Wargi.
No.
Natalia Silva.
Natalia Silva. People have been losing money left and right on her by finish.
So
I think Lucindo's kind of the same thing if she's got to weather the storm. But 270, nah.
Turner and Bahamondes, 1.5.
I'm not going 1.5. Do you agree?
I
think it's got to be a 2.
I think this is going to be a different Jalen Turner. It better be a different Jalen Turner because what he's been doing hasn't been working. You can't flatline Moicano and then turn your back and walk off, and then Moicano gets up and finishes you in the next round.
Yeah.
Gagey and Viziev, we like the over, right?
Love the over 2.5, and here's why. They're not going to point to the center of the ring and swing till there's 10 seconds left. I don't care. Give me the 2.5. It's fine. We cashed our 2.5 and have at it, gentlemen.
By the way, can we do we have a new drinking game thing. Okay. When somebody does this and then backs up.
Yes.
It's one of my favorite things. You're gonna stand right here as I move back in. Pereira and Ankalaev are giving us 2.5. What do you think?
I love this fight to not go the distance. It was minus 238. I think it's extremely parlayable. 2.5. I do think the finish can come late.
Yeah.
However, I'll give me the plus money.
Okay.
Plus money. Give me one of the give me Alex to get the nuke in under 3. I'll take the plus money, but fight not to go is one of my favorite pieces this week.
I'm with you. So, all right, that's going to do it for the method of victory. Thanks everybody for joining us. All of our official plays can be found at Wager Talk. We do have our UFC Gold pack that is up. Got a couple plays in there. I think we're still number 1 at Wager Talk in 2025. 41 and 31 over the last like 7 or 8 months. I went back like 7-8 months to see how we're doing. About 27 units in MMA. So plugging along, doing really, really good. So yeah, if you got any questions, join our Discord. Myself and Jim and Corbin are the mods, and we can answer any questions of yours. But all the plays that are up on Wager Talk, that's what we use to bet with our own money. Up 93 units in 2023, 127 units in 2024. About 30. I have to look after today. 30 some odd units this year. So we're on pace to do really, really well. Encourage everybody to join the Discord. If you're serious about your bankroll like us, you treat it like a business, then join the Discord. There's no nonsense in our Discord. It's really solid plays, really solid analysis. So if you're interested in taking your bankroll to the next level, we can help you out. We've been doing it for a very, very long time. All right, we will also be live, Takedown Live tomorrow on this very channel. Jim and I will be watching the fights, not streaming on the channel, but we will be watching the fights, and we will be giving out live bets, live predictions. Those live bets, man, we talked about it last week. The live bets are such a big part of bankrolls now these days, and UFC is UFC is actually the only sport I will live bet now. That I won't do it. I've seen my results. UFC, that's it. And
there's so much value. Like
it's
what the
crazy.
books are doing with these lines after round 1 is it's very, very dumb by them to swing these lines so much. And I'm sure they're protecting themselves, but we had spoke like you blindly bet the other fighter after round 1 if he's plus 1,000. Just bet him.
Yeah.
Like, eventually you're going to come
get
out.
guys at plus money when the opponent at the end of round 1 is like,
doesn't get the finish.
Yes, absolutely. So, all right, thanks everybody. We'll see everyone hopefully tomorrow on Takedown Live. Good luck on your place, and we'll see everyone later.
See you tomorrow.